Alrighty, y'all. Hello and welcome back to a video about some interesting posts coming out of Europe and the surrounding areas that maybe my American mind might not be able to comprehend. I think this should be pretty interesting. The last episode did really well. That'll be linked down below. Check it out. Let's jump into this. All right, so starting it out with a heat wave. You know, here in the northern hemisphere, it is summer, of course, and it has been really kicking in this second half of June, I must say, especially around here. Also in some European areas. Hello, Europe. This week we entered a very high temperature all around Europe. Right now in Belgrade, Serbia, it is 39 degrees. Now, this is, of course, in Celsius. That even I know. That is really, 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 really hot. The hottest day of June. In the direct sun, it says over 53. Holy crap. So where are you from and what is your current temperature? I hope you're all doing well. We have a nice picture there. I don't know of what, but it's pretty cool and definitely looks like Europe. 38 degrees in Bucharest, 42 real feel. I'm actively melting. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I mean, Serbia is down there, so I imagine they can get hot. It's not somewhere I think of that, you know, in my head that would be super hot, but I suppose it can happen, especially in summer. Bucharest, of course, Romania. Again, I wouldn't think of them as being a, you know, heat dome, but 38 degrees is really hot. Heat waves can really kind of happen anywhere, and I'm sure it's pretty crazy. Estonia 18C, there we go. Teach me your ways. Estonia is a place to be. I'm assuming those northern countries up there, right? Finland, Estonia, Latvia, and then of course, you know, Sweden, Norway. You know, that places like that, I'm sure are, I would guess, like very popular in the summer, right? You know, I could see people from up there maybe going a little more south in the winter if they want to get away for a better climate. And of course, in summer, people from way down might go up there because who wants to melt in the sun when you could go up there and have a nice, pleasant, you know, 18 or 20 degree Celsius a day. I think that sounds awesome. Budapest, 35 Celsius. I'm in a full black suit. I'm going to die. Yeah, wearing black too, wearing dark colors like me, I don't know what I'm doing, it makes it even hotter. And if you drive a black vehicle, well, oh geez. Yeah, you're going to cook. Why not just pull up the heat map? So you can see in the US right now when I'm filming this, this is like midday. It's pretty hot, right, throughout the whole country. Parts of the West are actually going through a cool down. A few days ago, this was all red over here, and they're starting to get some rain, which is rare out west. So they're actually going through a cool down in most areas, so that's kind of nice. But yeah, you can see kind of everywhere over here is just boiling, boiling hot in the Midwest and the Southeast. Actually, let me change that to Celsius. So, of course, I'm here in the northeastern Illinois area. It's really, really, really hot. Of course, up into Wisconsin and, you know, Minnesota, though, they're looking nice. So, funnily enough, a lot of Northern European settlers, you know, a long time ago settled in this region. Guess it kind of reminded them of home. I get it. And if we travel across the Atlantic, you can see most of Europe here. Now, of course, I didn't change the time yet. So this would be, you know, basically nighttime in most, you know, all of Europe pretty much. And you can see it's still hot at night. Granted, it's probably about maybe sunset. So not quite nighttime, but you get it. It's pretty crazy. It's the tail end of the day, and it's still that hot. Let's look ahead, see if it's going to cool down. It's supposed to cool down. Oof, maybe another heat wave coming early next week. Look at that. That is absolutely nuts. Interesting to see the temperatures, you know? Like, look at, again, northern countries up here. They have it made in the summer, right? Maybe it's a little harsh in the winter, but in the summer, it's a place to be. Look at the heat really gets around, unless you're, I'm assuming, high elevation here. Yeah, of course, we have mountains when you zoom in. So Switzerland and parts of Austria get some relief with the elevation. And then you go down here into Africa, and oh my God, Mauritania, it's over. You're cooked. Oh, quick picture, sticking with a little love for Serbia here, something different. Beautiful place. Look at that. This is Tara National Park, Serbia. Let me know if you've ever been there. This is a nice shot. The best places I've had a chance to spend a weekend at. Amazing food, amazing nature, great people around. Please stop advertising. Once they find out, it will become a mine. Oh my God. And one more, because it's the same place. This came up, Tara National Park through the window of an abandoned hut, Serbia. That's freaking awesome. That is a cool picture. Rarely do you get a perspective like that turns out pretty good on camera. I don't know how they actually did that. That is awesome. Terra National Park is notable for its rich biodiversity and unique geological features, covering an area of approximately 19,200 hectares, with many regions designated as protected due to their ecological significance. Remarkably, the Serbian spruce found here is a living relic from the Tertiary. I'm butchering that. I'm sorry. Period. It has gained recognition for being critically endangered, highlighting the conservation efforts needed in this vital habitat. That is freaking awesome. Okay, the new Mercedes AMG GT looks like a fish. What? 2026 concept AMG GT XX, 1,300 horsepower. What? How the hell? In a street legal vehicle? Even as an American, we love horsepower, but dude, 1,300. Remember when 300 or 400 horsepower was a fast car? Why do you need 1,300? That's almost too much. Damn. Look at the wheels. That thing literally looks like something made for the track only. It also does look weird. I'm trying to see the whole fish thing. Okay. Maybe a little bit. From that front shot. It kind of looks okay from the side. Yeah. It does look weird in the front. Why does it have a fish mouth? And then like the way it's angled and the fenders and the way the headlights kind of flow like that. It does look like they're almost on the side, like fish eyes. I don't like these wheels, by the way. I know they're pretty rare, but some manufacturers do this. I can't stand that. But hey, that's just me. I couldn't afford something like this anyway, so why does it really matter? That is interesting. I have mixed feelings about this car. The back, first of all, does not look Mercedes to me. It's so different. It doesn't look like a Mercedes. It kind of looks cool, but for some reason the back of it reminds me of I feel like I'm looking at like an unlicensed car, right? Like a fake car you would find in, GTA, like a video game, right? I don't know why I'm getting that vibe. This thing's kind of a weird mess. I kind of applaud when manufacturers take a chance and try and break the mold, right? Try and do something a little different. So I have to applaud that for anyone, but boy, is this not your typical Mercedes. It's very, very odd and out there. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Okay. I don't know exactly where this is. Okay, we're highlighting this guy. What's he going to do? Our camera car has stopped at this crosswalk, rightfully so. People are crossing. Many, many people are crossing. Why is this guy not going? Wow. That guy, they're the worst. That guy's the kind of guy that can make anyone frustrated. Look at that. Loser, dude. What are you doing, man? All these people were crossing. You could have crossed. He's acting like, oh, I'm just going to wait here. Okay, so they finally continue to go, the car. And then he's like, oh, actually, I'm going to walk across. It gives you a dirty look. That's rich. Yeah, he's trying to get some sort of weird, twisted payday or something. What an idiot. Sometimes you can't win against a professional wanker. That is a great comment. Ivana Bacik speaks while holding up a meme of US VP JD Vance in Irish Parliament? What memes are making their way into Parliament, into official business, official government business? I don't know if that's purely hilarious or a little odd, a little concerning. I'm not sure. I'm going to lean towards this pretty hilarious. Come on. Look at her face, too, while holding that up. I'm never letting this image of the story behind it die. I'm gonna be telling my grandkids about nickname Vance. Yeah, I can't say it because literally YouTube has been trying to flag videos for the dumbest reasons. So I gotta play it safe. USA in general is a meme nowadays. Yes, that is true. I don't know if this is real. You'll have to let me know. Check this out. My neighbor is training to be part of Team USA at the Mermaid Olympics in Europe. What on earth? That can't be real, right? Europe made from an orange. There it is. Wow. Kind of like, I mean, yeah, you have to use your imagination a little bit, but it's pretty good, right? You see Italy here. You see the whole coastline, Northern Europe. Yeah, I mean, it's a stretch, but it's kind of cool. The Shambles, York, England, in early morning, the best preserved medieval street in Europe. Wow. That is insane. Dude, I want to see somewhere like that in person. I mean, that to me, right, of course, an American, like, I can only think of that as somewhere you would see in a movie. That doesn't even seem real, right? I can't find anywhere that looks like that here unless it's at Disney World, right? That is insane. That is so cool. I'll bet it smells significantly better than in medieval times. This one's interesting. Majestic palms of, I don't know what this is. Lopid? Among the largest in Europe. So, like, largest palm trees in Europe. Look how tall those are. Now, that's awesome. That's like stuff I've seen. I've seen large palm trees, many places, usually in the Southwest or the Southeast of the U.S. I know there's places that clearly have a ton of different plants, and including palm trees throughout Europe as well. But they do seem spectacularly tall. Where is this at, though? Has anyone been there? You have to let me know. So when you actually look it up, it's an island in Croatia. Now, how freaking cool is that? Look at the pictures of this place. It's spectacular. Damn, Croatia really always kind of blows my mind. When I discovered new things, a lot of times it ends up being in Croatia, and it's just like, what a place. Look at that's a resort on that island. Holy smokes. This is not what I think of when I think of Europe. That is freaking crazy. And the fact that you're on an island, I mean, that's pretty fun, right? If we go to maps, yeah, and there it is right there. So you zoom out a little bit. It's not like it's kind of the best of both worlds, right? Like, you get to be on an island, but you're not way out in the middle of nowhere where you're just like, you're helpless, right? Like, you're still next to mainland. You're just a little bit out, right? It's so cool. What an interesting place, man. Croatia's got a fascinating shape, right? Like, they have all this coastline that sneaks way down here. We have Munster. I hope that's right. Munster, Germany. Just a beautiful picture, right? I mean, that just captures the essence of what I would think of as Germany. So freaking cool, dude. Woltersdorf, Germany. Some new trams. Because why not? This is something we just, of course, don't know much about here in the U.S. either. And it ended before it passed. Gotta love it. The difference between Germany and Greece weather report. Okay, so this is for anyone doubting that there's not crazy diversity and differences of living in Europe. This is mostly aimed at fellow Americans. Europe can't be wrapped up in one word, right? It's a lot different. Take a look at this.
Es auch leichten Sprüh- oder Nieselregen geben. Nach Süden hin dagegen locker bewölkt, zum Teil sogar sternenklar, insbesondere Richtung
So I probably had to mute some of that for copyright reasons. Again, I know. Why does YouTube squash fun so much? Dude, that was freaking awesome. Quite a difference, right? And on one hand, you can almost kind of appreciate like how serious and how precise the delivery was for the German weather, right? It's fun for me hearing the different languages too. And then you just get hit with a bunch of colors and dancing and music. Everyone's smiling, have a great time with the Greek weather report. That is absolutely hilarious. What a difference. That looks like a fun place to work. Wow. You know, I got to give the fun factor and like kind of good way to start your day to the Greeks there. That Greece weather report is freaking awesome. In Italy, colonels of the Air Force are the weathermen. What? German weather hasn't been the same since Bernard stopped moderating? What on earth? That's is that real? We had the pleasure of this site in Estonia like 15 years ago. I'm German, and if I see or hear something with this level of hype and energy in the morning, I immediately turn it off and go back to being serious. A rail line connecting mainland northern Germany to the Heligan Islands in the North Sea? Oh my god, that's the scariest freaking thing I've ever seen. Dude, oh, that's terrifying. I'm trying to picture. You look out and that's all you see is water. And that rail line that's being consumed by the water. At least it looks like it. Oh my god, that is freaking insane. I'm assuming the water's high, like it's usually not like that. Otherwise, how is there not trains? How is there not trains like just floating in the water? Right? Like people in the comments asking about corrosion, because obviously I'm assuming this would be salt water, and that would do a number on anything in its path, right? So anyone want to comment a little bit on like the science of this, the history of this? How do they maintain this? This looks crazy to me. Pretty cool though for a video and from the comfort of, you know, my own home. Today I learned Italy used to be the 4th largest economy on Earth in 1991, behind only the USA, Japan, and Germany. However, unsustainable budget deficits and massive public debt eventually caught up to them, flatlining their economic growth. Wow, I did not actually know that. I mean, that's relatively recent. I wonder where they rank now. Not exactly sure, but 4th in the world? Just from Italy? Like, Italy is bigger than maybe people think, but it's still not that big, right? At least I think it's not that big. So that's very impressive. Wow. Italy has grown 22% in inflation-adjusted terms in the last 30 years, compared to 27% for Japan, 42% for Germany. Okay, so Japan and Germany are still outgrowing them. The bigger thing for the rankings is that it got wildly outpaced by China, which grew 339% in that time. Holy. China's crazy. Gift from my girlfriend who just received her German citizenship. Well, congrats. Is there a name? Because there's always German words for everything. You'll have to let me know. There's got to be a name for like a German gift basket, right? Look at this. I see Haribo. That's famous, right? Everything else I don't really recognize, but definitely look German. Lidl. I know that's a German store, right? Like kind of like Aldi, like a competitor to them, I suppose. Lidl sandals and socks for some reason. Honestly, I dig it. It's pretty cool. And then a bunch of like official papers and potatoes. Very cool. This is actually neat. Is this a good German gift basket, or could they have done better? Is there something missing? You got to let me know. Take me there. Bucket list right here. Take me there. Let's see. Bucket list places. Climb Mount Everest or go to the beer section in a German supermarket. I know which one I'm picking. This door to the dining area of the Alcobaça monastery in Portugal was made so narrow that monks who got too fat were forced to go into fasting. Oh my goodness, that is hilarious. Dude, things like this are just so fun. When you see like random weird things that were done in the past, it's kind of like, as annoying as that is, it's kind of smart. Like, this will keep you honest. It really will. You got to stay in shape, otherwise you're not getting through the door. I'm just sorry for that one jacked monk that was trying to get his proteins. Something about a jacked monk is very cool. I want to meet one. There's got to be some monks along the way that were pretty ripped, right? I don't know. Dude, I could get lost in these for hours. I'm going to have to film another one soon. This is fun. I love looking at fascinating and interesting posts from and about European countries. I really hope you enjoyed this. And if you missed part 1, go ahead and give it a gander. It was a fun one as well. I appreciate you watching. I look forward to the comments on this. I learned a lot from you guys, so thank you. That's all. My name is Ian. You're watching IWrocker. Until next time, y'all. Catch you later.